Hello, good afternoon from the Arena Riga in Latvia. It's the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 European Qualifiers, and it's the game between Latvia and Sweden. Well, folks, the Swedes starting with a tough home defeat, 0-1, but they haven't had to travel far, thankfully, just across the Baltic Sea to come and see their team again here in Riga. A Riga team that's reeling, a Latvia team that's reeling after a tough loss in their first game at Turkey, a game they led early in Bursa, but then ended up falling. So this is the action in Group B today. Latvia, Sweden, and Ukraine and Turkey will tip things off not far from now in Ukraine. And boy, I tell you what, this is the standings after one game day. And it looks like a very, very tough group. And you never know. I mean, it could come down between these two teams as to who would progress. But clearly Latvia, not quite as powerful without Kristaps Porzingis, but nevertheless showing they had a lot of talented players, up-and-coming players in Turkey. Will they have enough to be among the 12 teams to get to the FIBA Basketball World Cup? Sweden, on the other hand, everything right now sort of has the feeling of the icing on the cake. They had to come through the pre-qualifiers. They did that. They won some impressive games. They actually finished top of a group that included Bosnia and Herzegovina. So this is a Sweden team that is capable of wreaking a lot of havoc, but they were suffering without Marcus Eriksson the other night, who had a toe injury that prevented him from playing in the November windows. And they just fell into a huge hole at home against Ukraine. They battled back. Chris Cheripovits obviously coming out and having a huge game playing for them. And they got it back to 8 points, the deficit, but they will be looking to get a road win today. They know the importance of getting a win in that November window. You don't want to go a few months thinking about how you're 0-2. It'll do wonders to their confidence. But it's the same mindset that this Latvia team will have. They will believe that they have enough firepower, enough experience in their team to come out and get a win today. Certainly we saw some big plays and some big contributions the other day, but when push came to shove, Turkey, I think, just had that little bit more oomph to their game, a little bit more fire and intensity, and maybe on the day a little bit more quality, and they were winners in that first game. So Latvia hoping to bounce back, and Sweden hoping to bounce back. It promises to be a good one. So the players have run out onto the court. We're going to have a pause in the commentary as we have the playings of the national anthems, starting with Sweden.
Dāmas un kungi, Latvijas valsts himnu aicināšu izpildīt arī visus skatītājus, un kā solistu aicinu Arturs Biķernieks. Lūdzu. Dievs svētī Latviju, mūs dārgo Teviju.
Wow, that was impressive. Congratulations to that young man. That was a very good rendition of the Latvia national anthem. I have to say, I've heard that national anthem a lot, and that really made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. So once again, let's hope that he sings at all the World Cup qualifiers. Players meeting each other beforehand, and as you look at Roland Framanis, he and his teammates are going to go have their final warm-ups, and the referees for today's game, Maestre from France, Davidoff as well, and Suslov. So it's going to be a good crew of refs, good basketball players ready to go. And folks, hashtag this is my house if you want to get social media about this and see what other people are saying, or tweet or send out your thoughts. Include that one. Hashtag this is my house. What about this Sweden team? Well, they are missing Eriksson, but look at that. Joachim Kjellbaum, number 6, the veteran, the 38-year-old center. He's important to this team. Cherepovitz was just unbelievable the other night against Ukraine. He had a terrific game as they tried to come back. Now, Tobias Borg, Masamba, Cherepovitz, Victor Gadafors, and Nick Spires will be in the starting lineup. And for Latvia, Alces, Fremanis, Silins, Maheras, Bloom, Smith, Kuruc, Skele, Grazulis, Paynes, Pasecniks, and Jakovic for coach Arnes Vekvagars. Pasecniks was started out really strong the other day. Will they go to him early again? Paynes was maybe their best player. Skele, Blooms, and Maheras were Maheras ended up starting 5 here, so coach looking for a spark or to change things up a little bit. Ceilings will come from the bench. Vedran Bosnic. Here's a guy that does things the right way. I mean, he's really passionate about this job, making the Sweden team get better and better. And Arnes Vekvagars as well. He was an assistant to Einar Bagatskas. He's coached some of Latvia's teams at youth level. Now he's the head coach of the senior team. And there's no doubt about it. I mean, he doesn't have a full cupboard of players to deal with. You know, he would like to have had the team that he had the Eurobasket, but he says we've got the best team that we can get, and we need to get out there and win. You know, the great thing about World Cup qualifiers is you're given an opportunity for some younger guys that would not have gotten an opportunity to play yet, like Pasecniks. And we saw his awesome potential the other day. Now you got Cherepovitz there. Got any Davidson Wildcats fans? You'll remember him playing. Yep, Davidson famous for the likes of Steph Curry and Christopher Cherepovitz. And now he's wheeling and dealing big time in European basketball. He's playing for Sweden in the World Cup qualifiers. Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are, folks. Hi, I'm Jeff Taylor, bringing you the action. It's Sweden against Latvia here in Riga, the Arena Riga. This place has had a lot of big basketball games, both men and women, over the years, and this is a big one. Both of these teams 0-1 in the World Cup qualifiers and needing to get a win. They don't want to finish the November windows without one. Here's Possessionex getting it down low early and just kind of turning and scoring. The same thing happened against Turkey. He did it about 4 times, 3 or 4 times before they were able to come to grips with it. And the alley-oop pass, and the basket is good for Sweden. And Spires and the miss, the ball goes out of bounds. And look at Bosnich, she's fired up over there. So the ball and driving in, and the basket from Tobias Borg. He plays at a very high level in Spain, Tobias Borg. Skele to Paynish, spins, guarded by Masamba. And Masamba did all the hard work, and then he fouled him. And that's not something you want to do, because this man's a pretty good free throw shooter. It looks like he's picked up a little niggle there. Hopefully he's okay. I got to tell you, I mean, I've seen Paynish play a lot of basketball the last few years. I really enjoy watching his game. Look, he just goes to the line, doesn't dribble, takes his time, and scores. He's long, he's talented, he can handle the ball. And he punishes Masamba in Sweden for that mistake, because you really don't want to foul the jump shooter. And Masamba, good job going past Kele and drawing the foul. Borg again, gets inside, puts it up, and the tip and the follow is good from Spires. So Borg playing direct, gets inside, and Spires gets his 3rd and 4th points. Skele banks it in. The bank is open, folks. Need to go make a deposit? No problem. And Gadafors drives in. Oh, what a strong move from Gadafors. And he converts the 3-point play. Well, this place is loud in the Arena Riga. Good atmosphere here for a Sunday. Bosnich jumping around, and Bloom puts up an attempt. The captain off target. Now back to Masamba. World Cup qualifiers, both these teams getting 2 games. This is the 2nd. And Cherepovitz drives in, and call has been made in favor of Sweden, much to the annoyance of Janis Paynish. Paynish trying to clarify something there. Cherepovitz again powers his way up and scores. Boy, he is multi-skilled. He's got good size. And already he looks like he could be a problem for this Latvia team. Blooms. Oh boy, hung in the air and drilled it from the baseline. Nice play, Giannis Blooms. A little step back. Oh, nice bounce pass, and the jam from Spires. Spires pops. Phil Spires played basketball, so the son following in his dad's footsteps. Paynish for three. Good! Latvia! Not going away. It's a promising start for Sweden, yet Latvia answering every time. Borg at the line, just inside the free throw line, hits it. Borg hounding Skele. Oh, they find Posesnik wide open. He gets rejected, but some body called there on Spires. And he just says, you're going to have to go to the line and earn this. So Jakovic comes into the game. He had started the other day, and also Skele comes out. So Bosic is pumped up, and it looks like he wants to be out there playing himself. And Posesnik gets the first one in. Look at this good crowd today here in Riga. They love their national team. And another opportunity. Blooms for three. Cherepovich chases down the long rebound. Look at him handle the ball. Handles it very well. Amasamba. Masamba pulls up for three and hits it off the front of the iron. Posesnik gets inside, scores with a little jump hook. Playing at Herbalife Gran Canaria these days. Masamba. Nice feed. Boy, Masamba's doing a great job as the playmaker, the creator, and Spires is really a weapon down low, isn't he? Paynish turns, and they're trying to post up Masamba, get that mismatch. It's a couple of times now. Cherepovich into the corner, and Masamba open, hits it. That's a two. Sweden back in front. Game has a nice flow to it right now. Seelings comes into the game, number 4, as does Roland Schmitz. He didn't play the other day against Turkey. So another player with Eurobasket experience here with Latvia. Atkinson also in the game. He's dribbling up high. And good defense from Blooms to knock that away. Now Latvia break. Oh, we thought we had an alley-oop, but Schmitz wisely brought it down and went back up. So he's tied it up. Spires turns and shoots, and it was too long. Jakovic has it, gets it down low to Schmitz. He goes right at Gadafors. And Latvia having a lot of success down low. Gadafors. Jakovic with the ball. Passes it quickly up the floor to Schmitz. Paynes for three. Good! And Bosnich decides, I've seen enough. We need to talk about this. Paynes, again, underlining his importance to the team. He's got the 2 Eurobaskets under his belt. And a lot of experience with club basketball. So Bosnich, his team trailing by 5, calls timeout. Let's try to listen in and see if he's talking in English. No three-pointers for Sweden yet. 3 for Latvia. Well, it's been a great start today, folks. This nice offensive flow to the game, and Latvia had every chance to kind of get a little nervous there, but they've been answering the call from Sweden. Now they lead it by 5. And Cherpovitz misses from deep. Joachim Schellbaum into the game, the 38-year-old guarding Schillens. Now he drifts back into the paint. Schmitz turns, goes to work. Now Hackinson brings it forward. Cherpovitz gets it to Schellbaum, who backs up, puts it up, and gets it to go. Shooter's roll, of course. Now Schmitz, and his pass intercepted. So Borg comes up with the steal over to Hackinson. Schellbaum turns, goes up and scores again with big fella coming off the bench. All that experience, 38 years of age, and now a steal by Borg, or Hackinson, excuse me. And Sweden can reclaim the lead with a basket here. And Cherpovitz goes up and gets fouled by Kurutz. So Cherpovitz at the line makes the first. And the second. So Palmblatt comes into the game. Sweden back in front. Latvia swinging around. Kutters drives in. Well, that was an athletic move, but he didn't finish. So Hackinson dribbling up high. Remember, Sweden had to come through the pre-qualifiers just to get to the qualifiers. And Hawkinson puts it up from deep. And Borg gets in there battling and prevents Latvia from getting a decent attempt. So Sweden players talking about some matters as they go off the court. They've got the 25-24 lead after one. So there you have, folks, the early shooting numbers for both teams. Sweden 11 of 15 inside the arc. Haven't hit a three yet. Latvia are 3 of 6, excuse me. And at the free throw line, pretty good so far. So Sweden can start knocking in some shots from deep. That'll help their cause. Pretty even so far, but seeing some signs of Latvia's, some of the real athleticism that they've got in their team, but it's kind of, some of it is raw and inexperienced. Is it going to be able to help them in this World Cup qualifiers? I think it will. So you can see Hawkinson there and Borg, both those guys playing in Spanish basketball. Palmblad comes out now. He's going to inbound the ball. Here's Palmblad. Back outside he goes. Gatafors for three. And sometimes with the misses from the three-point shots, you get the long rebounds. And Borg puts up a three. And again, Kuders knocks it out. And Gatafors says, why don't we just take a two, guys? Sechnik gets inside, puts it up, and he scores. He was drafted late in the first round, 25th overall by the Orlando Magic this summer in the NBA draft. So probably not a matter of if, but when he'll go. Shellbomb, beautiful pass inside the board, and Sweden playing smart basketball. And now, nice play by Gatafors, but he stepped out of bounds. An offensive foul called. Hold on, Blooms. Gatafors goes out. And coming in is number 8, Anton Gatafors. now inside, all beautiful twist, but then Hackinson had the layup and he blew it. And then he hustles back and makes the steal. You can't fall asleep with that guy on the court, that's for sure. And three-pointer is good from Anton Gadafors. How's that for an introduction to the game? Right off the bench, no hesitation, bam! So the older of the two Gadafors brothers hits a three-pointer coming right out there, 28 years of age. His younger brother Victor is 25, and Latvia called timeout. And, you know, what can we say? I mean, this just kind of speaks to the strength of European basketball. When you get the likes of Sweden, who didn't qualify for the Eurobasket, can come out and play as well as they have today on the road, trying to bounce back from that opening day defeat. But look at this crowd. It's a good crowd here today, and they're trying to get behind this Latvia team. They want to see their team at the World Cup. Hackinson guarding Jakovitz, and good move to have Panis in there, but then he almost turns it over. But alert play by Pasachniks, he misses, and Spires gets the rebound. Hackinson pulls up and makes the bounce pass to Board, finds wide open Palmblad. So Latvia dodged the bullet there, but then Pasechnik's he's able to save it from going out of bounds, but isn't able to do with it. And again, you know, Sweden tend to have like two or three guys around the ball, so they're hustling. Spires gets the rebound, may have gotten away with a push there on Pasechniks. Hackinson dumps it off to Spires, and Spires misses again. He was scoring at will early. And then you get a foul out on the perimeter, but before the shot. So coming in, both coaches using their benches liberally. And now we've got a hold on Palmblad. And now Pasechniks goes down. And you might want to get out there and wipe up the sweat. He's going to roll. He's going to catch it. He's going to go for the dunk. Well, 1 second. He's on the floor, but he hustles, gets up, and then catches the pass and goes hard to the basket. Palmblad inside the arc. And again, a long rebound collected by Anton Gadafors. Masamba. And this time, Spires not able to hold on to the ball. And Anton Gadafors commits the foul. Close contest here between Sweden and Latvia. Blooms wide open. Go! El Capitan. Back to a one-point game. You can't leave him wide open. And the other thing is you don't want to get Blooms used to seeing the ball go through the hoop like that because he will get hot. Oh, nobody picks up board. Boy, he is just a slick basketball player. He takes what the defense gives him. Payne just goes back in. Hawkinson knocks it away. Or excuse me, Borg. Getting confused. Look at those guys. Hawkinson's not even out there. Both play in Spain. Both have blonde hair. Both about the same size. But it's Borg that's in the game right now. Anton's Gatafors and Palmblad got in there where they're hustling, out-hustling Latvia to the ball, and the extra effort gets the pass down low to Gatafors in Sweden. Are sticking with it, and Latvia getting a little bit of a lesson in the effort department there from the Swedes. So Bosnich has really got his guys focused tonight. So 36-31, Sweden on top of Latvia. And there was a moment really in that first quarter where you felt like Latvia were starting to show signs they were going to take it to a different level. But Sweden have, like I said, from an effort department, they seem to be beating Latvia to a couple of loose balls. And it's helping them, without question, get those second and third chances. And when you get that many chances, you're going to score. So how badly do you want it? And the dump, well, that's how bad they want it. Alley-oop dunk and a foul. Boy, Pasechniks is getting a lot of minutes today. He looks tired, doesn't he? Schellbaum walking over there behind the bench thinking, hey, coach, put me back in. I was effective. I'm ready to go. Just call my name. So here he is at the line. Pasechniks converts the three-point play. Plays about 18 minutes per game for Gran Canaria in the Spanish League. Pasechniks, Palmblad, shot from the baseline. So Latvia with another chance to tie it. And another foul. So free throws coming for Latvia. Foul is on Masamba. So Pasechniks makes the first, and Gatafors back in the game. Misses it, the second one, but Maheras was able to get it out for another chance for Latvia. And then Maheras was following that miss, but unsuccessfully. Now Cherapovits goes right down the lane, misses the shot. Boy, I thought he was going to dunk it. And Jakovic almost turned it over. Sweden looked very good. You see Blooms, they look very good with Borg and Hawkinson out on the court. And you wonder if Bosnich might be tempted to get him back in the game here before the end of this first half. Taking nothing away from Masamba, but they perhaps for some reason were matching up well against this Latvian team. Here's Cherapovits. At this point, you're thinking he's dunking it. And that was good defense, good rotation coming over from Pasechniks. He said, hashtag, this is my house, so therefore, don't bring it in here. Look at him. He's deserved his break. He's got 13 points, 5 rebounds, and he's got that block that you just saw. Pumblad for 3. Good! Well, it was about time he'd put up a few. The good ones keep shooting. Interesting how the official stats, they haven't registered that block for Pasechniks. Now the foul called on Spires. Not too bad defense there. Maybe if he didn't bring his arm down, but you can see Bosnich didn't think it was a foul, nor did the player. But Paynes does a good job of putting pressure on that defense, and he gets back to the line where he's rather effective. We're back to a 2-point game. What a great game it is. Cherapovits dribbles up high, passes it back out. Shot clock winding down. Oh, that's a killer for Latvia. They played good defense for 23 seconds, and then Masamba hits it right at the buzzer. Masamba says, Lud and Tobias, you guys take a seat for now. I've got this. And now a turnover. Maheras is going to pass it and then decide to dribble again, and he was called for carrying. So Masamba again now coming up on the 2-minute mark in the first half. Masamba, and the ball goes right through Gadafor's hands. It was almost as if he was getting ready to make his move before he caught the ball. Scaly back in the game, and so is Borg guarding him. Maheras over to Ceilings, who's in, guarded by Cherapovits. Then Schmitz pulls his way down low, misses. Cherapovits goes up for the rebound. Good job by Shellbaum playing defense. And Masamba falls down, throws it up, and Janis Paynes gets it and draws the foul. And again, Cherapovits says, my hands are up. I'm hustling back to play defense. You don't have to call the foul. Watch this. There's definitely body contact. And all you can say is that Janis Paynes does a good job of attacking the rim and putting pressure not only the defender but the referee to make that call. And he gets to the line again where he's done a lot of damage in the World Cup qualifiers for Latvia. Makes the first one. So he's perfect at the line today. He's got 12 points. He's 4-4 at the stripe. Now 5 of 5. So timeout on the court, and now actually Janis Panis has 14 points, and he's 6 of 6 at the line. And Latvia as a team are 9 of 11 at the charity stripe. Sweden have only attempted 3 free throws. See the bench points for Sweden, that's big, 12. So terrific end-to-end stuff here in the first half. Both teams coming out playing some nice basketball. Right now, Sweden edging it 41-39. Goodness me, there's a Viking. Those guys are still around? Right. Cherapovic dribbles up high. Inside the final minute now. Borg back out to Cherapovic, open for 3, misses, and Panis with the rebound. Shellbaum chases after it, and Panis brings it up. He's going to go back right again, and he'll tell you what, they don't have an answer for that. He's got 16 points. He went right at Shellbaum as well, the center. Shellbaum out to Hawkinson for 3. And the Estudiantes de Madrid guard misses. And now Skele and Latvia with a chance to take the lead right before halftime. And a foul called, sticking his leg out, called on Hawkinson. No, he wasn't. He was called for grabbing the leg of the defender. Excuse me, of the Latvia player. Anton Skatafors comes back in for his brother Victor. So Silins at the line, the chance to put Latvia in front. And Sweden better be ready to box out, because we've seen already Latvia crash the boards and knock it out. And he rattles in the second free throw. So Latvia have taken the lead late in the half, the final minute. And these are the last 15 seconds. Can Sweden fashion a shot? Oh, Curtis reaches in, the Barcelona youngster. And Hawkinson now goes past him. And again, Silins almost forces a steal, but Borg gets off the shot. Oh, and Shellbaum not quite able to get to the ball well enough to be able to put it in. Great first half. Latvia 42, Sweden 41. So the shooting numbers, Latvia over 50% in every category, but look at the Swedes, just 2 of 11 from deep. And very tight in the rebounding department. 5 steals for Sweden, 7 turnovers for Latvia. And what it all means is that we've got a good second half in store So again, the shooting numbers, 16 of 28 for Sweden inside the arc. And you can see they've had a lot more joy there, but Latvia getting a lot of success at the free throw line, especially with Janis Paynes, who's 6 of 6. So 42-41, Latvia lead it at halftime. We'll be right back. 42-41, Latvia on top of Sweden in a very tight contest here in Riga. We are in Group B, and also in Group B, you've got Ukraine, and they will be taking on Turkey today. But right now, all eyes on this game. That game will be starting soon, in fact, Ukraine and Turkey. So that'll be a battle of 1-0 teams. Just a lot of action all over the world in the World Cup qualifiers. If you want to check it out in terms of all the teams, see who they are, the players, all the videos of the great plays and the interviews, and to learn more about the World Cup qualifying system, go to FIBA.basketball and go to the website of the World Cup qualifiers once you get to FIBA.basketball, or you can load in your mobile phone the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 app, and it's got everything. So I refer to mine constantly because it's up to date, and this is technology for you these days. Everything at your fingertips. So Sweden, I thought, played pretty well in that first half, yet they trail by a point. What will that have done to their psyche not to have been able to pull ahead on the road here against Latvia in that first half? Is it significant, the fact that they led for much of the half, but then they go to halftime trailing? Or is it insignificant? Have they gained confidence from that first 20 minutes? Well, we're about to find out, but clearly playing much better than they did in their opening game, at least in the first half against Ukraine, when they just dug themselves a huge hole and had to climb out of it, and they were only able to end up losing by 8 points in that game. So, long way to go in this one for both of these teams. But what we've discovered is that Jānis Pēnis is really quite possibly the most important player in this Latvia team. He's the player that so far Sweden do not have an answer for. 16 points. He's perfect from the floor. He's been able to draw fouls while attacking the rim and getting to the basket. He's extremely difficult to defend because of his size, but he also handles the ball exceptionally well. So he is quite a weapon for Arnes Vekfagars, and he's going to be inbounding the ball now. So second half action underway, and Spires is actually on Pēnis, which is interesting. Pasechnik drives in and misses, and Spires goes in and collects the rebound. An offensive foul called on Cherepovits. I think he caught Pēnis with an elbow. Watch this. Well, Cherepovits was trying to post him up, and I think he must have grazed him with his left elbow. And a basket down low for Skele. Nice little runner. And the answer is a three-pointer to tie it up. So that was Borg that answered with the three. So picking right up where we left off in the first half. Skele. And a lot of Swedes in there battling with Maheras for the rebound. Masamba had the opening, brings it back out, passes to the corner to Gadafors. Now Masamba pulls up behind the line, short. Latvia not able to rebound it, so Sweden get another look. Cherapovits hits the three, and all of a sudden, Sweden back in front by 3. Point slow to register on the graphic. Maharis hits the 3. So 47-47. For some reason they're slow to add the points to Sweden, but there you go. Actually scored theirs first. And Spires has it behind the arc. Shot clock down to 6. Cherapovits right at the top of the key, had a hand in the face, and he hits it. Remember, he had that big 26-point opening night performance. And now the steal from Spires. Bloom's getting up the floor slowly. Masamba back outside to Cherapovits. He drives in and draws the foul. So Cherapovits now really starting to assert himself. Sechnik's just kind of stepped in a little bit too late. And Cherapovits misses the first one. Well, you got to play every possession. You got to play hard and get what you can get in these games, because they go down to the wire. Oh, Cherapovits follows up his miss and goes up and scores and has a chance for a three-point play. Boy, he's not short in the intensity department here in the second half, that's for sure. Well, Latvia did a bad job boxing out. Nobody stepped in front of the shooter. Vetsvagas, what in the world must he be thinking now? It's like, we were just getting on top of the Sweden team, and here they are. They've taken a 4-point lead. But he misses his 3rd consecutive free throw. So he's having a bit of a mare at the line, a nightmare. Sechnik's over to Skele, controls his body beautifully, goes off 1 foot. Look at this. Cherapovits just ran right past him. Masamba. And are they going to count it? They called the foul. Jakovits on Masamba. Look at Gatafors saying, you got to count it. Oh, and they do count it. So they give him the basket and the free throw, and Masamba looks over at Cherapovits and says, see, that's how you do it. Just got to take your time, put it over the rim, and now it's a 5-point lead for Sweden. Sweden's biggest lead of the game has been 6 points. Latvia have gone in front by as many as 5. And Vetsvagas is looking out there and just trying to pull the right strings against this Sweden team that is just proving to be so resilient. And Palmblad comes in. You can see Cherapovits is annoyed with himself about missing the free throws, but at the end of the day, it only cost him 1 point because he got the offensive rebound back and scored. He just missed the 3rd free throw. And Jakovits fouled. Is that 3 free throws? Well, we'll find out. He is at the line and makes the first. It's interesting, folks. You can go to FIBA.basketball and go to the live scoring. There you go. So it was fouled shooting the 3. You can go to the live scoring page of this game and you can see how close this has been. These two teams. It has been a very tight game. Borg back in. Palmblad drives in and takes what the defense gives him. He got ahead of Paynes. And they really are attack-minded, aren't they, today? They're like, if you're going to come out and play, we're going to go past you. We've seen it a few times with those Swedish guards. Now Skele pulls up for the jumper. And a new attempt here for Latvia. Now from the left corner is good. The three-pointer. Majerus has hit a couple of threes in this second half, in the third quarter. And Tobias Borg gets rejected. Hashtag this is my house. So Pasech is making his presence felt on defense, and now he's going to go out and see if Sweden can take advantage. Gaddefors drives in, and he gets blocked. So Schmitz clearly not too much of a drop-off, really. Here we go. Gaddefors, pump fake, and Spires didn't get it off in time. Chance of Latvia. Trying to get behind their team. The home court advantage. Out on the wing, Skele drives baseline. Runs into Palmblad, and Gaddefors got his hands on it. Skele gets his feet set, puts it up. Good. Latvia back in front, 58-56. Hackinson picks up his dribble. To Gaddefors. Now Hackinson. Shot clock winding down. Borg puts it up. And Schmitz with the board. Well, that was a big shot hit by Skele, although he was open. But Paynes, as he turns, loses the ball out of bounds. So timeout on the floor. The players go back to the benches to talk to the coach. Remember, Latvia were up by 1 at halftime. They fell behind by 5 here in the third quarter, but now they've stormed back to take the lead. Great seeing Bloom's, the captain, standing up there and giving some instructions. And Schmitz, you could see, wow, his presence is huge, isn't it? We saw that block from Pasechnik's, and then Schmitz blocked after he came in right here on Gaddefors. And that's why Bosnich, the Sweden coach, was saying, listen, guys, continue to be aggressive, continue to attack the basket. And on defense, don't make it easy on these guys. So it's all about the intensity department for Sweden. They have to keep it up for 40 minutes. Palmblad. Pump fake Hackinson. Palmblad drives in, hands it off, perhaps one pass too many. They were looking for the pass. And they need to be careful, Gadafors. There's Jakovitz. Has to be careful. He doesn't want to pick up an unsportsmanlike. He has perhaps a reputation, a small one maybe, of being a hard-nosed player. Skele. His pass to Seelens goes out of bounds. Where was he going with that? Ten turnovers now for Latvia, 7 for Sweden. Borg has it. Gadafors goes hard with the left hand, doesn't get it to fall. And now they beat him up the floor, and Jakovitz is fouled by Hawkinson. Well, that was a tough attempt. And you can see why Hawkinson was displeased by that, because he hustled back and looked like he got all ball. But these things will, in the grand scheme of things, you would think they would even out. And given the chance to go to the free throw line, Jakovitz says, I'll take it. So Vetsvagars is thinking now, okay, we're looking a little more like ourselves, like we need to look. Palmblad into the corner. Palmblad gets it back, passes back to Hawkinson. That's good. Brings it back to a 1-point deficit. Excuse me, Borg. Goodness me, I made that mistake again. And another foul called. So at the free throw line, Jakovitz goes, and he's been effective here. So not a player that you want to foul, it appears. Second one is good as well. And the drive and the basket is good. This one by Hawkinson. Now the dump. Maheras goes right at Gadafors, and Gadafors held his ground, but then trying to save it in bounds. Spires threw it to Seelens and almost cost his team. Hawkinson pulls up again, and Spires hustles and gets it back in bounds to Borg. Pass around out on the perimeter. And it's still Latvia with the 1-point lead. And Seelens gets it to Schmitz. Gadafors playing defense. Tough on him, man. Smith didn't want any part of that. That was a great defensive stand by Victor's Gadafors. Boy, got a break there. Borg step back. And Schmitz with the rebound. This crowd in the Arena Riga really getting into it. Jakovic going to work. He's been tough. Oh, he leaves Hackens for dead. Puts it up off the glass and in. The young man coming to play. "24 years of age, Jakovic. And Palmblad drives in. Oh! The basketball gods did not will it in. It stayed out. Look at these players. They are giving everything. It was Paynes, I think, that fouled him. And Palmblad makes the first one. So it is it's a tight game here in Latvia. Second one is good. Back to a one-point game. Excuse me. Back to a 64-63, one-point game. Skale putting the pressure on, pulls up, brings a little bit of rain with that. And that is how the third quarter finishes. Latvia clinging to a one-point lead. Well, good shooting by Latvia, still over 50 inside and outside the arc, 85% at the line. That's huge for them, 17 of 20. And Sweden have done a good job themselves to keep it close. Well, how this is going to go is anybody's guess. And Latvia seemed just maybe marginally better, but Sweden have just got so much fight and determination. And they're, can they make this go to the end? Well, I've been impressed by them. Schobaum, the veteran in the game. Now, he brought some offense early, but the issue with him is now he has to guard Pasechniks, who's a whale of a player. And has been very effective today. And Masamba also back in the game. And, oh, boy, that was a shot that Palmblatt would have wanted. Missed it. And Blooms from deep. Going for a killer dagger there. (28-25) Sweden. 13 of those rebounds, of those 28 rebounds, are offensive. And Palmblatt missed again. The second consecutive time. And Masamba put it on a plate. He just missed it. It happens. But, Masamba doesn't want to get too down on him because he doesn't want to transmit that to his teammate. They're right there. You got to fight through the adversity. You miss the shot, you keep fighting. The foul called on Masamba. Ooh, fourth foul. And Panis drives in, and another foul called against Sweden. It's number 2 here in the fourth quarter. 4 fouls also on Terapovitz. So the foul issues are, the foul trouble is a problem for the visitors. Panis from the right corner. And Latvia get the offensive rebound. See if they can make the most of this second opportunity. Pasechnik drives in, turns, puts it up and in. Terapovitz in the game with the foul trouble. So does Masamba. Got to play him. Shellbaum goes up and gets rejected. Pasechnik just said, not here, not now. Although maybe that was Sillins. And then the foul on Shellbaum. Joachim Shellbaum did what he was supposed to do. No, was it Panis with the block? No, it was Shillins with the block. Wow, what elevation. They credited the block on the official stats to the wrong man. They gave it to Panis. It was Shillins. Alley-oop pass. Oh, and he didn't miss it. Pasechnik maybe should have come down with it. And Terapovitz attempts the 3. Here's Panis. Drives in, gets it to Blooms in the corner. Good idea to get a hand in the face. Oh, he still made it! The captain. Biggest lead of the game for Latvia, 6 points. Palmblatt bounce pass, beautiful play, Sweden. Great play, Palmblatt. Again, the chance of Latvia ring throughout the Arena Riga. Blooms again for 3. Oh boy, he's on. When he starts making shots, it could turn into a long night for the opposition. Terapovitz, too long. No, excuse me. That was Gadafors. Anton's Gadafors. Another one from Blooms. And that time, Sweden dodged the bullet. He's the type of player that you just let him do it. He's 3 of 7. If he's got the green light to put it up. There's no doubt about it for Blooms. Schmitz comes back in. Borg comes back in. And Victor Gadafors is back in as well. He'll be guarded by Sillins, who has that incredible leaping ability. Well, these Latvians, they can really get up. And now the foul by Blooms coming up and playing defense. I think Bosnich really, well, is thinking they should be calling some more fouls on Latvia, pleading his team's case over there. I don't know if that's what he's saying. Anyway, Spires turns, and he had, for a minute there, an open look, and the ball went out of bounds. Home court advantage really helping Latvia now. You can feel it in the Arena Riga. The block by Spires. Hackinson, and fouled by Schmitz. Excuse me, not Hackinson, Borg. That was Borg playing defense down low, and Spires. And here's Borg putting the pressure on Schmitz. Borg keeps his dribble and finds an opening. Alley-oop pass! Boy, what a play. So that gets it back to a 5-point deficit. Latvia really going for the jugular with that defense. Sweden and Borg able to dribble out of trouble and then get the alley-oop layup. "23 assists for Latvia, 15 for Sweden. "13 of 18 for Sweden. 13 offensive rebounds, rather, and 18 defensive. There's that Viking again. Cherapovitz. Remember, he has the foul trouble. Masamba also with 4. He has 4, but Masamba's on the bench. Sealand's taking the 3, and he's fouled by Gadafors. So Sealands has come up with 2 huge plays, one on the defensive end and now one on the offensive end, the potential 4-point play. Now Sweden really up against it, the 9-point game. Again, an alley-oop pass. And well defended by Latvia. Into the corner. Smits. Long rebound goes all the way out to Smits, and he passes it back out. And he makes the bounce pass to Paynes, who was denied. Hackinson. And Borg. Oh! And Borg went down, and now he's holding his knee, and hopefully that's nothing serious. Ooh, he may have hyperextended it. Hopefully he's going to be okay. So you hate to see this player going down. And Borg obviously really has been moving from strength to strength, coming back. And he's clearly in a little bit of pain here. He's got the 14 points today. It's been really good for Sweden. And I don't know if his foot slipped and it forced him to hurt the knee. So fingers crossed Tobias is going to be okay. Seems to be walking off with help okay, but he could be facing a little bit of time on the sidelines. So 4:15 remaining, 9-point lead. Masamba comes back into the game, but he has the 4 fouls. And Jakovic has been pretty good today. He's bringing the ball up the floor. And now Paynes turns it over again. Out it goes. Karapovic. And they draw the foul, so that is foul number 4 on Latvia. 3:57 remaining. So any more, and they'll be over the limit, and they'll be putting Sweden on the line. Karapovic hesitated, goes behind his back, goes right at the defense. Good defense from Sillens, though. Skele puts it up and gets it to go. The lead continues to grow, 11 points now with 3.5 minutes remaining. And now Gadafor's pass is knocked away. Smits for 3. And Masamba has it. And Cherapovic puts up a 3 to get it back to single digits. Clock is the enemy now, though. Down 8. They got to keep getting stops in. They don't want to fall asleep. Now Paynes has turned the ball over 3 times in the last few minutes for Latvia. So, uncharacteristic sloppy play by him. And Bosnic is saying, how is that not a foul? Because that would put him on the line with a chance to get back with the clock stopped. Maddox Mears comes into the game. And a foul. So free throws will be coming. So it's going to be, again, the opportunity to get to the line. And Harris has been good today, hasn't he? I mean, he hit those 2 big three-pointers. And Gadifors misses from the line. Makes the second. So they're 7-11 at the stripe today. So that has not been a strength for them. First of all, getting to the line and then making them when they did get there. Schmitz again. Fades. Oh, boy, that is tough to stop. What can you do about that? Turnaround jumper. Hawkinson drives in. Back outside to Masamba. He gets in. And nice pass to Spires, who was fouled by Skele. Sweden are saying, you might be in front, but we're going to make you beat us over 40 minutes. You got to play hard for the 40 minutes because we're not going to stop playing. Missed free throws not helping the cause for Sweden. Remember, Sweden came through the pre-qualifiers to get into the World Cup qualifiers. Spires missed both. Latvia made it to the World Cup qualifiers by virtue of being in the Eurobasket. Well, I think when you look back on it, I mean, certainly the MVP in the first half for Latvia was Paynes with the 16 points and pretty much unstoppable. In the second half, it's been much more, they've had several players step up at different times. And that has to be encouraging for Coach Vetsvagars. Because, you know, inexperience was the big question mark about this Latvia team coming into these World Cup qualifiers. So 10-point lead, 150 remaining. And Hackinson thought Gadifors was going to go to the basket. So Sweden's worst quarter, without question, has been this fourth. And, you know, they won't be out of the running when you think about it. I mean, they'll clearly, I mean, it's just the November window. They're going to have more games. There's the possibility of getting Eriksson back. .24 assists for Latvia. And you heard him say every point is important for both of these teams, obviously, because you might get into a situation where you have a tie record, and then it comes down to, say, if Sweden were to play again, they lose this game, but they play again and win. See the field goal percentage. Could be a goal differential tiebreaker that decides who finishes third or second or first. That was one of the plays of the game there. Ceilings going up and blocking Shellbaum. And that's the best angle that we've seen of that. And good hustle from Cherepovitz. Knocks it out of bounds, so it'll still be Latvia ball. Skele. So now Latvia not in any rush. Shot clock down to 10. Seelens is going to put it up, and he's going to miss it. Hawkinson drives in, bounce pass, good play. And you can see Bosnian saying, we got to get up and press, come on. We can't mess around. Oh, Gadafor's almost stuck his leg out to trip Schmitz. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. Now less than a minute to play. Six seconds on the shot clock. Skele goes up, tough shot, and the ball batted to Cherepovitz, who gets it to Musamba. Anton Gadafor's Musamba puts up a three, but he was short. And the pass up ahead to Seelens. So Latvia, the disappointment on Friday of falling in Bursa to Turkey. Now a distant memory as they have come home, because it's hashtag this is my house. Don't forget, it's all about getting that home support. And they wait too long to get that last shot off, but they are going to win this game today against Sweden to improve to 1-1 in their World Cup qualifiers. And Sweden are going to drop to 0-2. Turkey, by the way, and Ukraine are underway. Coming up on halftime, about a minute, and it's Ukraine winning at 26-24. Well, it's the first step on a long road to the FIBA Basketball World Cup. That's what Coach Vetsvagars is thinking. That's what he's hoping. And that's what the players are thinking and hoping, and also all of these fans that have come out to spend their Sunday with us here in Riga. Working on a clock issue here. It went from being just a few seconds, I think, to 10 seconds. So Sweden have called the timeout. They want to get a play here. So 3.3 seconds remaining. Because like we said, points could be crucial at the end of play. They want to get this margin of defeat down if they can. Hackinson puts up a three, and he was blocked as he got it just inside the arc. So job well done for Latvia. Sweden, you really played well for most of this game, just kind of faded in the fourth quarter. Latvia improved to 1-1 with an 82-73 win in the World Cup qualifiers. So Latvia with their three-point shot, that was pretty big today in the grand scheme of things, but also their ability to get to the free throw line first and the ability to capitalize, making 20 of 23. It's pretty even on the boards. It couldn't have been any more even, in fact, 35 apiece. And Latvia only turned it over 14 times. Sonis Panis, a tale of two halves for him. He was terrific in the first half. And as I said earlier, more of hard to pick out a star in the second half because they had several players that made so many big plays. Cheelin's making that huge block on Shellbaum, and then he got fouled while shooting the three-pointer from Victor's Gadafors, and he made the three-pointer. He also made the free throw. So Painters led the way with 18 points. Borg had 14, and we're hoping that Tobias Borg is okay. You can see him, at least he's standing up, so I think it's a good sign. And it was kind of odd there late, wasn't it, with those turnovers from Jonas Painus. Blooms again came to the fore today when they needed him to. The captain, he had the big shots. Posetnik's 15 points, Skele with 12. Terapovich with 14 points, as well as Borg, as well as and 10 points for Victor's Gadafors. And look at the Latvia players as they leave, getting some high fives, some low fives. And the Latvians, our colleagues, down on the court, getting ready to do some post-game interviews with Coach Vetsvagars. That's probably why he wore the suit tonight. So here's how we stand. Again, Turkey and Ukraine are playing as we speak. And actually, that's not quite right. We've got 1-1 records. Excuse me, we've got a one win, one loss record for Latvia, and we've got 0 wins and 2 losses for Sweden. So feast your eyes on some of these highlights here in the second half, and you can get a feeling how Latvia made the plays they needed to make to really come to town, to come to grips with this World Cup qualifiers clash. Blooms, oh, this is huge. His 2 3-pointers in a row were big. Skele seeming to make shots at opportune times. Schmitz, again, he has that experience from having been at the Eurobasket, and Latvia celebrate as they get their win. Now, Borg had his moments. We confused him a bit with Hawkinson, so apologies for that. But he made some shots. Maheris came out, hit a couple 3-pointers today that were big. Palmblad passing over to Borg. See, almost made that mistake again, hitting that 3-pointer. Palmblad did miss, crucially, that layup at a wrong time for Sweden. You could see they were really fighting it, and they needed that basket. Blooms, again, was always a thorn in the side, and then you had this happen. That will be perhaps on a poster. Spires finished this game with 10 points, 6 rebounds. And again, another look at that turnaround jump shot that we saw from Schmitz, who did not play in the first game for Latvia. So it was good that he was able to join for the second. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. So one final time, there you have the standings. 1-0. Turkey and Ukraine up at the top. You got Latvia out 1-1 in third place, and Sweden
0-2. Down at the bottom,